Peace everyone, Unmasked here, and welcome to day 7 of Inktober. As promised, I said I was going to continue on with the little nugget story that we did a couple days ago for the... what was that prompt? I don't even remember the prompt. I'm totally lost here. It was a couple days ago. Yesterday we did the baby dragon, which we ended up naming Pistachio, which I love. I was actually thinking about it earlier today. Anyways, thank you all for coming, and yeah, let's just get right into this. Let's first start off by sharing all of the wonderful work that you guys did for drooling, which was yesterday's prompt. I loved seeing Nugget. I am such a fan of seeing your guys' nuggets and your take on him, and just bringing his personality out in your work. It's fantastic. You guys had some really fun drawings for the drooling prompt yesterday. So I appreciate you guys deciding to draw Nugget. That's very what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's a really nice compliment to the character, so I appreciate that. Anyways, as you can see, there's the pictures from your guys' drawings from yesterday going through there on the screen. Very lovely. I love seeing them. Thank you guys so much for participating. And it's day 7. We're getting through it. We're 1 week in. We got 4 more weeks to go. Just hang on. We will make it through this. I've already pulled out the wine, so we're getting through this. Anyways, oh yeah, the prompt was chicken. Thank you, Sleepwalker. My name should be Sleepwalker, since I don't know what I'm doing. I swear to you, this is my first glass of wine. Anyways, let's goodness, there's still pictures going through. Gosh, you guys sent so many. If you want to submit your Inktober prompt, make sure you join the Unmasked Art family Facebook group in the video description. I also have the list to all of my supplies in the video description, so feel free to check those out at your leisure. Oh, look at that one. That one's from Katarzyna. She did the alien, what are those things called? I forget what they're called. From the movie, the Alien movie. I know they have a name. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I swear to you, I only had a sip of this wine already. just a couple sips. I promise. Anyways, it was fantastic. All right, that is it for the pictures. So thank you all again so much. Good evening, Miriam. Not Predator. It was Alien, the movie Alien. Let's see. Let me say hello to a few people. I got a whole bunch of people in here. Talia, Sneaks, Joy, Zenob. Many. I know. What is it? I'm trying to remember your first name. I feel so bad. Lily. Hello, Richmond. Good to see you. Hildy, Barbara, Sleepwalker, of course. Jan and Andrea. And Stacy, hello. Hello, Jillian as well. Galina. You guys have some difficult names. Anyways, I'm gonna start drawing here. As you can see, I got the first couple panels here kind of sketched in a little bit. I'm gonna just go ahead and start inking. And we got the chicken here, not looking very happy. If you forgot the story, let me just flip back really quick. I'm gonna flip back a couple pages. Let's go through. Let's see where we're at in the story. All right, so we got the tat little Nugget. He's something's got his attention. Tat. Nugget. He's looking over. Chicken shows up. Nugget screams like crazy, and Chicken and Nugget are off to the races. That's where we're at in the story. Now we got the chicken here. The chicken should probably have a name. I feel like the chicken needs a name. Since it's a bad guy. Chicken's a bad guy. Anybody that chases down Nugget with the intent of eating him is a bad guy. Fortunately, Nugget's best friend, Noodle, probably isn't going to be afraid of a chicken. How much do I need to pay attention to be a student? Am I in Ghana? Oh, pay attention. I promise you, it was one sip of wine. I can't read the chat. So right now, all of my student pledges on Patreon, I believe, are booked, and it's $40 a month. But there's currently no spaces available, unfortunately. As far as I know, you can always go over and check. I get asked at least once a week if there's any spaces available for the to be a student, and what the student level is, like I said, $40 a month, and you get personal training. I do like a Google Hangout call with you, and I hang out with you, and we work through whatever project you want to do. I'm doing a face with one student. I'm doing I did a horse with another student that you guys actually saw me finish on one of my live streams. The live stream all about color. That was a project I started with a student, and it's 100% personalized. I go at your pace, and yeah, that's what the student level is. But they are a popular choice, and I don't currently have any available spots, unfortunately. Well, I mean, unfortunate for those that want to be a student, not unfortunate for me, since I am trying to do this for a living. Alright, here's the chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and erase those extra graphite lines. I'm going to finish one panel at a time. This story here on this page isn't too complicated, but it's a fun one. I don't have any words, no speech bubbles here, just kind of the chicken hunting Nugget down. Since today's prompt is exhausted, you can probably imagine where this story is going. Stephanie, that's what it was. I don't know why. I don't know how I forgot you, Stephanie. Of course, I remember you. I know you. Come on now. I had Sarah stuck in my head, but I knew it was Stephanie. Hello, Christine. Yeah, no wine for me. Oh, hello, Jeff. I'm glad you're able to finally make it to a live stream as well. Hi, I'm from Poland. I also live in Katowice. I'm glad you are here. Well, I'm new to the group. I'm totally beginner, but I hope I'll be able to learn a lot from you guys and all family. Oh, well, that's awesome. Maybe we've come across each other. Yeah, I'm in Katowice quite regularly, since I do and live there. That's really cool. There's a couple people in the chat that are from Katowice that's been creeping on me for the last few live streams. So to pronounce my name, it's like Angelina Jolie. Take away the Ann. Julia. Angelina. Now I don't even know how to pronounce her name. And I'm just gonna call you Jill. No, I'm kidding. I'll get it right one day. I'm really bad at names. All right, let's add some weight to the chicken lines here. So the chicken stands off the page a bit more. My wife is out there telling me how to say your name now. I can hear her. Hi, made it. Can't stay for long. I like your drawings. Well, thank you, Atalia. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. And even if you can only stay for a minute, cheers to you. Yeah, I see you out there. All right. Next thing, I'm gonna actually kind of skip panels. I'm gonna go down to this one here. This is actually, it actually goes from here to here, but I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. But I'm gonna skip over to this one because I need to fill it all in with black. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a white gel pen to draw the lines. And it's not a complicated drawing, so I can just do it with ink real quick. I don't need any graphite sketch to do the drawing. Name the chicken dumpling. Oh, I like that. I like that. Chicken dumpling. I don't know. Dumpling is a good one, but I kind of like crackers. I like crackers for a name. I don't know why. I just randomly thought that up, and I mean, it doesn't go with like chicken, but crackers just seems like a good name. Dumplings. See, the thing with dumplings is that it doesn't sound very evil. Crackers sounds like it could be slightly evil, so the chicken is evil. The chicken is definitely evil. Crackers the chicken. Peckinator? I know it's a turkey, but maybe butterball? But that, again, that doesn't sound evil. That doesn't imply, like, a bad character. Am I still in frame here? Gotta remember to stay in frame. Is everybody surviving okay with Inktober? Are we making it through this together, or what? You guys still with me? I'm still getting a whole bunch of submissions for Inktober over in the Facebook group, so I'm going to assume that most of you are handling this rather well. Impressively well, I might add. The work that I see over there is so much better than mine. Honestly, I don't even know why you watch me. Inktober has been great for you so far. Awesome, that's always good. Oh, did I miss a good name? Beaker? Where did I miss that? Beaker. Beaker is a good name. I feel so exhausted at this point, but I guess this is the challenge. It is indeed. It is indeed the challenge. Definitely the name of the game, for sure. I got more inking I gotta do here. I'm gonna grab one of my pens and block this area in. I got lots of black here. I got lots of black ink on these first couple panels. The rest of them are not like this. But I need to draw that line. I'm gonna do little bit with my white gel pen. That should be dry. This is Nugget kind of hiding in the dark. A little bit. Little Nugget hiding in the dark. I got through 3 drawings today, but only inked 2. Well, that's definitely a way to catch up, doing 2 a day. No need to feel bad if you're a little bit behind. Perfectly fine. I mean, if you're putting in the effort, that's all that matters. You know, it's all about having fun anyway. So don't even worry. I'm just glad you guys are all here to hang out, honestly. I just come on here and do a bunch of shenanigans, and you guys, you guys enjoy it, I enjoy it. That's all that really matters. Just come on here and drink wine and play with ink. Couldn't ask for a better way to finish my Sunday evening. I need to do a piece with just a brush and black ink here. I did one last year. Actually, I think I made it in like 2 or 3 last year, and it was fun just playing around with the bottle of black ink, bit of water to thin it out, get different shades of gray. I'm gonna have to look through the prompt list again and see if there's an idea I can come up with that sparks my interest to do such a technique, because I haven't really talked about it, or I haven't really, you know, tried it out in a way to explain what I'm doing, explain my thought process and all that. But I mean, essentially I just use that plastic palette, that color palette thing, and then dip in a bit of black ink and then measure out different quantities of water to get different shades of gray, and it essentially turns the black ink into semi-watercolor. I bought a sketchbook, had ink, and have done nothing. Yeah, trust me, Miriam, I know all about hitting a wall. It's very common. I would say that for the first week of Inktober, I am standing in front of a wall, and the only thing that keeps me from laying down my pencil and doing nothing is the commitment that I made to you guys to do these live streams every day. I haven't really had much of a hit with the artwork thus far. I'm genuinely telling the truth when I say that the artwork that you guys are submitting is far better than what I am creating. Essentially, I'm just at this point giving you guys a platform to hang out and listen to my voice. But yeah, I've been having quite a struggle with Inktober this year as well. Coming up with ideas has been just immensely difficult for me, and there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. You know, I can't force myself to come up with a really good idea. The only thing that I can do is work through the feet, like the mud. I have to work through the mud. I kind of feel stuck a little bit, you know, standing in front of the wall, feeling a lot less creative than I would like to feel. And that's all I can really do, is just continue to work through it and hopefully continue to entertain you guys, at the very least, and keep you motivated as well, because that's exactly what you're doing for me, you know, keeping me motivated to continue creating, even though I'm having a rather difficult time. Alright, I need to give that ink just a couple minutes to dry before I put my hand through it or anything. Let me just check in on the chat. I'm only using brush and ink this year, no pens. Oh, well, that's a really cool idea. Hello from Texas. Well, hello, Sunny from Texas. Glad you were able to make this live stream. Hope you enjoy it. I'm liking the ink with watercolor a lot. You know, I really kind of wanted to do that this year, do like the ink and the watercolor, but I wanted to try to keep it as purely ink as possible, which is why I limited myself to just the acrylic ink that you saw me goofing around with yesterday. And I kind of wish I would have just went with watercolor. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't even touched markers yet this year, and I used markers a lot last year, and I really enjoy using markers. I love using markers, and this paper that I'm working on this year is so good for markers. Like, it's just fantastic for markers. I'll probably try to incorporate markers real soon. I found that the real task is to discover how to find inspiration. That is a challenge. Yes, it is indeed. Last year, I don't know what it was about last year. I just had pretty much the easiest time in the world. The only difficult part was to live stream everything. That was honestly the only challenge. But last year, about 2, maybe 3 weeks before Inktober was starting, I had the prompt list and I had ideas listed down. Not only ideas, but I collected like a bunch of reference photos, and I even sketched a few of them. So there was like almost no trying for a lot of the prompts. And then nearly every morning I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I just had a perfect idea for today's prompt. And I think part of it was just that I was more mentally prepared last year than I am for this year. And that's just, you know, that's just one more challenge I got to get over. Pretty sure I would have given up Inktober on day 3 had it been through everything into the group. The reception keeps me going. Well, that's always great. I'm glad to hear that, Becca. You made your own prompts. That's always a way to go. Yeah, making your own prompts is good. I mean, there's really the official prompt list. I mean, who cares? I don't really care for the official prompt list, but I like to follow it because it's not something that I would come up with. I mean, I certainly wouldn't come up with chicken. I wouldn't have tried chicken. So I decided, you know, I'll just follow the official prompt list and go from there. It will just pressure me to think about things that I wouldn't normally think of. I am with you with having a drink, having a glass of cider. Cheers. Cheers, Miriam. I'll drink to that. Looked at the link on materials. Ink is a cheap medium to use. Yeah, it is rather cheap. Pour another glass of wine and things will get very interesting in a hurry. Yeah, probably. I don't drink very often, and so 2 glasses of wine and you'll probably have a live stream of me sleeping. So I'll just keep it to the 1. Mental preparation is key. Yes, definitely. Thanks for being so honest. I'm sure every artist goes through those rough times. Oh, absolutely. And you're new to the stream. I can assure you, I am like an open book. Honesty is probably one of the most important aspects of any personality that like I have it at the highest standard. So I practice my honesty very thoroughly. So you'll find that I'm rather honest. And yeah, all the struggles that I go through, I am totally open book about them. I have a hard time, you know, being creative sometimes, and I get frustrated, and I get really discouraged sometimes. Like I actually at the beginning, it was like the end of last year, beginning of this year, I was just like, I didn't want to do anything. I did like nothing for like 3 months, and I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And this year was actually, the whole year has been kind of rough, ironically, because my channel has been growing so well. It's been growing so well, but I've been stuck in this this kind of routine that has got me feeling like I have a job, and I don't like it. It makes me uncreative, which is, you know, a really bad thing as an artist. And I kind of gotten into this rhythm where, oh, I live stream for Patreon, and then I do, you know, some like a tutorial or something for YouTube, or I do I don't know, it felt really forced, and it felt very uncreative and unoriginal, and just not creative, and it was really tough to get through. And one of the problems that I had was, I was like, you know, I don't feel like I have the time to do my own projects, where, you know, I do something that means something to me, something that came from me, and it feels original, because, you know, for a lot of the tutorials that I do, I just you know, grab a reference photo, work through it, pastels, colored pencils, graphite, you know, whatever it is, and I talk you through my mind, talk you through my thinking and my process, and I share all the details in which I go through the project and all of that. And I love doing that. I love working through those projects and teaching people as much as I can. But you know, sometimes, usually, as the years have gone by, I've always broken up those teaching moments with something a little bit more personal, something that I kind of worked on in the background, and I was planning, and I was just being creative and letting an idea that develop within myself that I then later expressed. And this year it's been really, really hard to come up with an idea that I felt was inspired from within rather than something from without, from outside. And I finally did get a project planned, and I am working on it. It's the painting that I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or the day before, but I'm finally getting back into oil painting, and it feels really good to do that. Of course, during Inktober, I'm just going to have to suffer by sitting here and staring at it day by day and not really getting to work on it. But at the end of Inktober, I'm gonna hit it full force for sure, and I definitely want to get it done by the end of the year. That's going to be my plan, and let you guys see what I would consider like one of my masterpieces. Now, some people take that word masterpiece in the wrong, kind of in the wrong way. What I refer to as a masterpiece is something that you put a certain degree of effort, and it comes from an original place. And I've only done maybe one other. No, I have like two others that I would say are my masterpieces. Like two other masterpieces. One is Beneath the Veil, and the other one is Cybernetic Consciousness. And those are like two original ideas that just kind of flowed from my creative mind, that felt more original, and just I was in the zone when I came up with the idea and executed it. Oh, let's see. Try to catch up with the chat again. You work for other people in your choices of what to draw. Yeah, I do a little bit. I try to do projects that, you know, I'm also inspired to do, but you know, sometimes I just end up doing something that I think people want to learn as well. And that's why I like these live streams, because they kind of let me vent a little bit. I mean, I don't want to come on to the live stream and complain for 2 hours. That's not who I am. I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of expressing how I feel sometimes, and I know that other artists go through this. It's not like something that only I go through, and it's manageable, to say the least, and it goes up and down. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with something, just know that it will pass. Yeah, it will pass, and you can work through it, and when you get to the other side, you're always a stronger and better artist. So you just gotta keep your head down and grind away, and then it will all be over and everything will be good. Am I in frame here? Nope. I think, you know, I've talked several times about like why I started my channel, but I mean, one of the underlying things that I've always wanted to do with my channel is to have a good like art community of artists that support one another, not necessarily financially, but like support each other on that personal level, where we can get through those difficult times together. You can ask questions. Like, that's why I set up the Facebook page, because I know a lot of you actually, you know, you talk to each other quite a bit, and you work on things together. That's one of the other reasons why, you know, if you post a completed picture in something, it will get removed, because, you know, I never wanted to do the group. I never wanted to let the group get to the point where it was just people sharing their artwork for the sake of sharing, and I explicitly explain it in the rules. And the reason is I don't want it to turn into one of those groups. I want it to be a group of creative people helping each other be more creative and excel and get better, progress. And I always wanted to develop that kind of atmosphere with my YouTube channel. I wanted to bring artists together of all levels. When you vent during stream, it helps build connection with your fans and lets them see what's going on with them is normal. All family here, vent away. Yeah, if you guys have any you know, suggestions or complaints, probably stick to suggestions, but questions about anything. You know, I've been doing art professionally for a couple years now, and so if you guys are wanting me to answer any of your questions, feel free to ask. I don't keep any secrets here, so as long as you ask the question, I will give you an answer. I think I might have smeared a little bit of ink. I can't tell if that's graphite or ink. I don't see any on my fingers though. I don't know where it came from. Ink is tricky like that. Sometimes you get an ink smudge somewhere and you're like, where did it even come from? How did it get there? Just sneaks up on you. Maybe it is graphite. It seems to be lifting a little bit. Let's see. Oh, it was that conversation within a conversation. Hello, Urose, and Alex. Welcome to the live stream. We're just, well, I'm just chatting away. Everybody's just kind of listening to me, I guess. You're actually exhausted? Well, I think a number of us are exhausted today, Alex. You know, we Monday's tomorrow, and yeah, Mondays. You know, sometimes I forget that the rest of the world still operates like Monday through Friday kind of work stuff. I know my wife does, but I haven't had a real job in like a million years, and Mondays don't mean anything to me except it's Monday, and I don't have that like, oh, the weekend's over kind of feeling. Every day just kind of feels like a weekend to me, a little bit. All right, time to move on to the next frame here. Rather simple frame. I don't know if you guys can tell, so this is the little chicken here, and this is a trail, because Nugget is obviously a slug, and he leaves behind a slimy trail, and the chicken sees this, looking the other direction, and now he's peering over here. And now I'm gonna have these eyes here. Am I still in frame? Oh, almost knocked my wine over. Yes, we are listening, but put words into many recognizable feelings I guess we all have. Yeah. I usually wait a whole day before I go to color or scan anything I've inked, because I always end up smearing my inks. Yeah, it's a good idea to you know, err on the side of caution and give your inks an exceptional amount of time to dry, especially on projects that you've spent a lot of time working on. Speaking of which, I should close this bottle of ink before I spill it all over the place. You have a real job. Well, thank you, Sneaks. Yeah, it is a real job. I agree, it's a real job. It's a real fun job. Alright, I think I can get rid of some of this. I gotta draw some lines now with my ruler. You know how fun that is. drawing with a ruler. Am I still in frame? I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame. Yeah, it is a lot of fun being an artist and teaching and doing YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely a real job. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. I mean, obviously a lot of my work is not physical, but yeah, it can be draining sometimes. And I feel like to be a YouTuber, it always, you know, it always sounds kind of cool when I tell people in person that like I do YouTube for a living, like that's what I do for a living, and they usually have the same reaction, like really? And but when I say it on stream, it just sounds dumb. I can't get over that. It feels cool in person when I'm like, oh yeah, I do YouTube for a living. But when I say it on YouTube, it doesn't feel as cool. It feels a lot less cool. But I feel like every YouTuber goes through it. They get to this point where they feel really, really competitive about other channels, and I doubt I come off this way, but I'm like super competitive. I feel like in sometimes I feel like I'm unhealthily competitive, and I don't really like it, but it, you know, it's just part of my like subconscious personality, I guess. And I went through the phase where I was like really, really competitive with other YouTubers, and I was like, oh, how do they get so many subscribers when their content is so garbage? And I would just sit there and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I need to figure out the scientific method with the algorithm and make the perfect title, and just, yeah, it drove me nuts. It really did. It was probably the worst period of time with my channel, and I was like, this is not going to work out, and then I just let it go. I was like, this is dumb. You know, I have like the greatest subscribers in the world. You guys are totally awesome. And I honestly don't care if I get even a single, like, one more subscriber, because all the subscribers that I have, all the people in the chat right now, and all the people that can't make it to the live stream right now are just totally awesome. And it shows through on the Facebook group and on Patreon, and the messages that you guys send me. It's like, it doesn't even matter, because I honestly have a hard time believing anybody can compete with what I was able to generate, and the family that I was able to make with you guys. It's just awesome. Because I could be in like the worst mood in the world, but if I hit go live, like, you guys just show up and make my day, genuinely. Do I ever get asked what I really do? No. When I tell people that I do YouTube for a living, I get a few questions, but it's never what I really do, because I say it with a degree of confidence that they don't question it. And usually it comes down to, like, how do you make money on YouTube? Because unless you do YouTube for a living, like normal people, I don't know why I say normal people. Normal people do YouTube for a living. People that don't do YouTube for a living, I think that's a much better descriptive word. They genuinely don't usually know how people make a living on YouTube, and that's how I explain like how you actually make money. Because if you want, I mean, I've been transparent from the beginning, but I only make about $150 to $200 a month actually from YouTube. Actually. Then the majority of my income comes from Patreon and my website. And I think that the bigger, larger YouTubers, they know that. They know that they can't rely on YouTube, especially anymore with like the demonetization stuff that happens and all of that shenanigans. But you know, to do it professionally, you have to set yourself up for success by diversifying your income. And I have like 7 different incomes in order to allow me to do this every day. I think we can learn so much from you. I love your channel. Thank you so much, Sunny. I really appreciate that. I always try to do my best to express my gratitude for you guys, because my channel and my livelihood does not exist without you awesome people. Like, seriously. And I recognize that 100%. I could not be here doing this every day if it weren't for each and every single one of you. There's not a single person that makes this possible. It's all of you combined. And I try my best. I offer as much as I possibly can to pay you all back. I really do. Thank you so much, Lily, Ankush, Lady Marigold, Brenda. Appreciate all of that, those kind words. Because you are so personable and very helpful is why I like you. I found you through web searches on colored pencils and came up a lot. Wow. Well, I am super, well, first off, thank you, Stacy. And I am super glad to hear that the web searches are working in my favor. That's pretty cool. Sorry, have to go. Need to put my son to bed. Then I'm going to work on my pastel drawing. All right. Jelena, I got it. You have a wonderful evening, and tell your son I said goodnight. Alright, let me try to finish these lines here because I know they're boring. These lines aren't the most fun. I could draw lines all day long. I love drawing with a ruler. I love it. But I know that it's not the most entertaining of drawings to watch. Things like when you paint or when you draw, sometimes the picture just comes out of nowhere, and like the details, and it just starts to come to life. Yeah, that never happens if you're using a ruler. So I know that a ruler and drawing lines is not the most exciting process to watch, but I love drawing with a ruler. There's a few tools that I really like. I like circles, you know, the circles that you do. I can't even think today. I honestly cannot think. The stencils, jeez, oh my goodness. I have no words. I'm at a loss of words today. Anyways, yeah, stencils. I really like stencils. I like creating perfect lines. I love perfect lines. I'm obsessed with them. So I love rulers. I love stencils. I love French curves. Yeah, they're the best. I love them. I love them all. It's so easy on my hand. It's like circles. Anybody can draw. Ellipses. Oh, ellipses are so satisfying. I think they might be my favorite. My son Andre says hello. He is watching right now. He's a big fan. Well, that is awesome, Tatiana. I say hello back, Andre. Fun fact, found you through Lisa's channel in suggestions, though those were pretty early days for the Unmasked channel. Yeah, Ankush, you have been here a while. Yep. Well, I'm fairly new to your channel, but I learned early on that you are very different from the others, and your special teaching qualities keeps me coming back. Great, calming voice and diversified squigglies. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you come back, and I hope you come back for a very long time. I will continue making my content as diversified and as fun as possible. Alright, let's try to stay in frame. I have like okay, I remember what's going on here. I remember. I almost forgot what was happening in this frame, but it's just it's a filler frame. It's a quick little filler frame. Gotta find a right pen. Hello, new sub. Well, hello, Steven. Awesome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. New people, new subs always get priority on their questions. I just made that up. It's the slime trail. That's what that is. And then I got the chicken, his head here. Oh, you know what? I do still need my ink. I need to fill this in. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab my bottled ink and my brush again. Actually, you know what? I should clean up the graphite first. Yeah, I should clean up the graphite. I found your channel because I am trying to stretch outside my comfort zone with soft pastels. I'm loving watching your tutorials and live videos on soft pastels. It's showing me a lot of new techniques. Well, that is awesome. I actually am going to be doing a soft pastel tutorial right after Inktober. I had a lovely subscriber and student send me a nice little pack of landscape unison pastels. Unison pastels are supposed to be like top-notch pastels. It's just a small little pack, but I'm very, very excited to try them out for the first time. So he asked me to do a Patreon live stream tutorial of like a mountain kind of landscape, and I was like, you know what? I will do the mountain landscape pastel tutorial on YouTube for everybody because I love doing those live tutorials. They're a lot of fun to do. They're a big challenge for me too. But I'm gonna attempt it with that like real limited landscape color palette in that set. And then over on Patreon this week, I'm going to be doing a colored pencil. I'm going to be doing a colored pencil portrait of a dog that is a dog of a fellow Patreon supporter. Alright, gotta grab my brush here and start filling this in. Yeah, after Inktober, I think it's probably about time that I start. I get more on a schedule for my videos. I would like, you know, it is an unfortunate part of being a YouTuber, but it is so easy. It is so easy to become one of those YouTubers that just produces content. And what I mean by that is, like, they get the thumbnails with the bright colors, they put all capital letters in their title, and they do they always do like the tutorials. I have to do the quotations. They always do the tutorials that like are dumb and just never teach you anything, and it's just like really unnecessary stuff, and they always get like the most views. And I never ever want to go that direction with my tutorials. I only want to teach subjects or things that will actually make you a better artist, and those kind of tutorials are not easy to do. You know, I could do 1.5 million tutorials on one moderate subject, and at the end of it you might feel like you learned something, but it's so narrow that it doesn't actually get you to progress anywhere. And I just can't bring myself to start making tutorials like that. Like the ones that I make, they take weeks to write. I write them out, and I try to make them as coherent as possible while at the same time maximizing your time. Like, I don't want to make a 15-minute video where at the end you only feel like you learned something. I just need to learn to draw, but I am a quality tracer. If you're a quality tracer, then what do you need to draw for? The waterfall piece is due. Ankush, did you miss the waterfall piece? I did the waterfall piece. I think I did it earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but I definitely did it. Everyone in the chat, don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up for Will. Yes. Thank you, Lady Marigold, for reminding everybody. I appreciate that. Yeah, right now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my sister, she messaged me this morning. She was like, why do all your live streams have like thumbs down? Who's thumbs downing your live streams? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, it doesn't actually make a difference if they thumb it down. Yeah, they've been consistent. We have a notorious thumbs downer that comes to the live stream. I can't help but imagine that it's like the same person. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh a little bit. It's like, you have to be coming here, right? You have to be sitting there listening to this, Or maybe you just pop in for a second and thumbs it down. I don't know, but it seems like a waste of time to me. Thanks for all the work you put into them, though. It's very helpful. Your tutorials are awesome. You can tell you are so detailed. Thank you guys so much. You know, if you guys have any ideas for tutorials, I have a list of a bunch. Let me go through this list. I'm gonna give this ink here a minute to dry. Not that it really needs it, but this gives me a reason to pop up here to my insane list. Let's see here. So over on Patreon, this week I'm starting colored pencil portrait of a dog, but the follow-up tutorial is going to be a monochromatic pastel portrait, because that was requested. I kind of like the idea. Seems interesting. Then there's going to be a live pastel tutorial that I was talking about with the mountains. And so there's this one video that I made. I recorded it. I wrote the script. I recorded it. All that. I even edited it. That's so hard to say. And then I just deleted it. And the video idea was how to get started with pastels. Now I came up with the idea of this video subject, how to get started with pastels, and I was gonna, you know, just walk through like some basic stuff, but it didn't feel like a tutorial. What it felt like was one of those videos that somebody makes for the intent of not necessarily misleading, but just like getting views. And when I finished it, like I spent like a whole 2 days making this video, recording it and everything and editing it. And by the end of it, I was like, I can't upload this. It feels wrong. It just feels like, it feels like a grab for views, and it's not me. It's not the kind of person I am to make videos like this. And so I literally just deleted it. And then I have a whole bunch of requests. One was how to use paint thinner, how to use solvent to blend colored pencils. Like I already have a really detailed colored pencil blending tutorial, but there was a few questions about like specifically diving into the details of using solvent, because I know a lot of people, you know, they kind of struggle with solvent. And then I had somebody ask me to do a comparison of polychromos, luminance, and Prismacolor. And then I had an idea to do a masking film for pastel tutorial. And then of course landscapes. I did a graphite portrait, watercolor pencils, but I hate watercolor pencils. I don't like them. And then a video about color fear, you know, trying to get over that difficulty that you have applying colors. And then a skin tutorial that focuses on darker skins. Let's see. I need to go through the chat. Dumb question, I doubt it, is abstract art. I think you mean to ask, is abstract art? Wait, is this abstract art? Oh goodness, no. I can't read. I had to read that. I had to read that too, twice too. No, this isn't abstract art. This is comic book page. This is a comic book page. And chicken sound. I'll zoom in when I'm done. Yeah, the thumbs downer is my neighbor and his drill is broken. That's perfect. Yeah. My wife is yelling at me because she hears me not reading. If you're gonna watch the live stream in the other room, don't be yelling at me from the kitchen. Anyways, let's continue drawing. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling on. I love doing it though. I love doing it. I'm a rambler. I'm gonna finish the little chicken here. Yeah, see, he's peeking around the corner there. Yeah, I'm definitely the sleepwalker. Oh my goodness, I am falling asleep here. It's not even 2100. Cuteness, you wanna come into the room and say hi to everybody? You wanna leave the kitchen? Oh my goodness. Earlier today, I scared her in the kitchen. I am the stealthiest ninja walking around the house if I'm wearing my socks. And I scared her multiple times. 2 of the times was completely intentional, but the third time, she was a little upset with me after the second time, and the third time, I yelled before leaving the bedroom. I was like, "Hey, I'm coming to the kitchen," so that I wouldn't scare her. And when I got to the kitchen, she was mad because I scared her when I yelled, "I'm coming to the kitchen." She wasn't in the best mood after I scared her, so I thought I'd try not to, but it didn't work very well. Alright, drawing little Nugget here. He's safe at the top. He snuck away. Little ninja Nugget. The ninja slug. Teenage Mutant Ninja Slugs. Quit yelling. Quit yelling from the kitchen, Kohanya. No, Anna is not cooking. She cooked. She did cook today, though. She made delicious, I don't know what that was. Really flat potatoes. I swear to you, I only had 1 glass of wine. Just having the time of my life. This drawing's almost done. I'm really drawing this out. Make it last longer. Whatever. I don't know if you can hear her yelling from the kitchen. I don't know whether the I keep looking over there. Yeah, Katazhina, you're right. It was Platsky Zemniachana. Yeah. They're called potato pancakes in English. They were super good though. I didn't have enough of them. She doesn't cook too often, but she doesn't cook too often. But what she does cook, it's really good. So nah, she will cook again for sure, because she always thinks her food tastes better than what I make. She always thinks her food tastes better. Yeah, well, you'll have to cut me off at half a glass. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, I think that does it for this this page of the manga. Let's zoom in here a little bit. So we got the chicken. The chicken is frustrated, peering around, looking. Here's the chicken looking more. We got little Nugget peeking out around the wall. And then he jumps back and he's worried the chicken's gonna find him. And then the chicken is looking over here, and it sees the trail that Nugget left behind. Dun dun dun. The chicken sees it. The trail. The chicken. The wall that Nugget's hiding behind. The chicken looks around. Question mark. I could have sworn he was here. And then Nugget snuck away, and he's exhausted. That's the amazing page. That's the story. That's the awesome story that I was able to come up with today. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for everything, coming by, hanging out. Remember, don't forget to post your Inktober pieces in the Unmasked Art family group. I love to see them. I'm gonna wake up, check them out, and then I'm gonna prepare. What is tomorrow's prompt? What is tomorrow's prompt? I know I looked at it, but I'm terrible at remembering it. Tomorrow is star. So tomorrow's prompt is star. We should have talked about that. I'm not really sure. There's a few different ways that you could take that. There's a few ways you could take that. A star isn't always what you see in the sky at night. So keep an open mind with tomorrow's prompt. I look forward to seeing them, and I look forward to seeing all of you. So I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Stay safe, have fun, don't work too hard if you have to go to work tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Peace.